Hey guys, it's Asha, fish hands. I'm just not gonna wave, let's just not do that. Hey guys, it's Asha. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. Today's video is going to be a Halloween Snapchat filters DIY makeup tutorial. Wow, that was the longest name ever. I have got 7 different costume ideas for you guys. I'm going to show you how to make the costume and then also how to do like the makeup tutorial, face painting section. Is that what you call it? I really hope that you guys enjoy this video. If you do, I would love if you would give it a thumbs up for me. And also, I would love if you guys would leave me a comment letting me know what you're thinking of going for Halloween. So first up, we've got the infamous white girl dog filter. So here are all the supplies you guys are going to need to create this look. I will have everything listed in the description box, so it's super easy for you guys. But first up, I'm going to be taking a headband and then wrapping some pipe cleaners around it to create the skeletons of the ears. And I would probably double up on this just to make it a little bit stronger. After I've done that, I'm going to be taking some brown felt, and they only had this stupid foam stuff left at my craft store, but you guys should definitely use felt instead. And I'm just cutting out some ears, and this is the shape that I made. I just cut out 4 of them. After that, I'm going to be taking some pink felt, and I'm just going to be cutting out the inner part of the ear. And here again, I'm just tracing the outside of the ears just to get an indication of how big I need it to be, and I cut out 2 of those. After that, I'm going to be hot gluing around the outside of the ears, just super gluing each side together. You guys can see what I'm doing. And then I'm going to be, again, hot gluing the pink and just gluing it onto the front of the ears. And after you've done that, all you have to do is put the pipe cleaners inside the actual ears. Oh, and also I just added a little bit more hot glue to the side of the ears so that I could bend them down so that they looked nice and floppy, like floppy dog ears. They're so cute. So now onto the tongue. I'm just again tracing out what I want the tongue to be like, and then cutting it out and taking a red pen to make the center of the tongue. After that, I'm going to be taking the popsicle stick and just hot gluing it onto the back of the tongue. So now onto the makeup section. Here I'm just taking a clear type liner just to map out where I want my nose to be, and then I'm going over that with a brown, I think this is a brown cream eyeshadow. Then I'm just colouring in the bottom half of my snout, I guess you would say, with that dark brown, and taking a lighter brown cream eyeshadow and adding it to the top. Because I wanted a little bit more depth, I just took a white and patted it on my cheeks, and it's kind of cool. It makes it look like really 3D. Here I'm just adding some little dog spots, and then using a black cream eyeshadow to give myself a little dog nose. So all you have to do now is put your ears on and grab your tongue, and you are ready to go. So now onto the Spotty Dog, which is very similar to the brown dog. Once again, I'm taking the pipe cleaners and wrapping them around the headband to create the skeleton of the ears. And then I'm going to be taking some white felt and cutting out 2 ear shapes, and some black felt and cutting out 2 ear shapes as well. Just make sure that it's larger than the skeleton, because otherwise it won't fit. And now I'm just going to be taking the leftover black felt and cutting out a bunch of random little spots. And then, like I did with the brown dog, I'm going to be cutting out some smaller pink ones to add to the middle of the ears. As you guys can see here, I'm just taking some hot gluing on the spots, and then hot gluing together the ears exactly like I did in the first tutorial. Once again, we're going to be adding them to the skeleton of the ears. I'm sorry that I keep saying skeleton, but I guess it's Halloween. So now I am just doing the same as what I did before to make them floppy, and that is the finished ears. And for the tongue, just do the exact same as what we did for the brown dog. So here I'm doing very similar to what I did before, but with a white cream eyeshadow. covering my entire nose and then adding some little spots with a black cream eyeshadow and also a black nose. I ended up taking a black eyeliner because it was a little bit more opaque and just going over those and also giving myself some little doggy freckles. And then I also added a little bit of pink to the inner part of the nose and just blended it out with my finger. And you could totally go as matching Snapchat dogs with your friend or boyfriend or girlfriend. I think that it would be so cute. So now onto the flower crown filter. This one is so easy. All you're going to need is, again, a headband and a bunch of different flowers that are similar to the colors on the filter. So firstly, I'm just starting out by mapping out where I want my flowers to go and referring back to the filter so that I know what colors need to go where. And then I'm just taking my hot glue gun and simply hot gluing all the flowers onto the headband. So now onto the makeup part. After you've finished your normal daily makeup, take a really bright highlighter and highlight your T-zone. So I'm putting it underneath my eyes, on my forehead, on my nose, and also on my chin. And the one I'm using is literally stark white. After that, I'm taking a really baby pink blush and just adding it under the highlight. And then I'm taking a taupe brown eyeshadow and just putting it in the crease of my eyelid. I then tried to use a liquid eyeliner, but it was the worst thing ever, so I had to switch to a kohl one because it was not working. But definitely use a liquid eyeliner if you have one because it'll look way better and look way more like the actual filter. Adding some more mascara, and then after that I'm just adding a baby pink lip gloss and putting a little bit of white cream eyeshadow into the inner corner of my eyes to make them look even more bright. Add your headband and you are good to go. So now onto the deer filter, which like I said is my personal fave. I think I might even go as a deer for Halloween. So this is what you're going to need for this one. I'm firstly just taking some of the brown felt and I'm going to be tracing out the ear shape, and I just put the filter next to the felt to kind of get a good idea of what my ears needed to look like. And then I'm cutting that out, and I'm also going to be cutting out 3 more of those. So after that I'm going to be pairing them up and then taking some hot glue again and just gluing them together. So now I'm creating the inside of the ears, which is a little bit of a different shape to what the dog filter was, and then cutting it out, and I'm going to be cutting out 2 of those and hot gluing it to the ears. I'm now taking some black felt and I'm just tracing around the corner of the ears so that I know what shape I need, and cutting out 2 tiny little pieces and then making them even smaller and hot gluing them to the top of the ears. After that, I'm going to be taking the headband and once again making the skeleton for the ears and just making sure that the pipe cleaners are going to fit inside the little ears by continuously referring them back to the size. Does that make sense? I hope so. And those are your super cute little deer ears. So now onto the makeup tutorial section. I'm going to be taking a white cream eyeshadow and putting this all over my nose, and because this is supposed to be fur and not an actual nose, I'm just using my finger to smudge it out. And now I'm also adding some white onto my cheeks, onto my forehead, and then once again blending it out with my finger. You could also use an orange cream eyeshadow for this, but I didn't have one, so I just did white to make it look more vibrant and then added an orange eyeshadow over the top. And you can definitely do this if you want to. It worked perfectly fine for me. And here I'm just taking that same white cream eyeshadow and I'm just adding a bunch of little deer dots to my forehead, and then finally I'm going to finish off with a little black love heart deer nose. After this I'm going to be creating the eyeliner on the filter, and like I said before, this eyeliner was not working and it was brand new, so I probably wouldn't recommend this one. So here's me being all grumpy because it won't work. I ended up having to use a kohl eyeliner to create the double wing deer eyeliner look, but it will look way better if you guys use a liquid eyeliner. Once you finish that, all you have to do is add your deer ears, and that's the finished look. And to be honest, I have no idea what I was doing here. Now onto the butterfly filter. You're going to need some sparkly gold paper, some clips, a hot glue gun, and some scissors. So off camera I just cut out a bunch of different butterflies on the gold paper, and then I bent them in the center just to make them a little bit more 3D. After that, I just took them and I hot glued them to the little clips that you guys can see here. On some of them I put 2 small butterflies, and then on some of them I just put 1 big butterfly. And those are all your finished clips. So now onto the makeup section. This look is super bronze, so take your bronzer and go crazy and just bronze all over your face like I did. Now I'm taking this mauvey coloured blush and I'm just adding that to my cheeks, and after that I'm taking this gold highlighter and go crazy. Like, if you've ever wanted to cover your entire face in highlighter, now is the time to do it, and that is pretty much what I did. After that I'm taking a gold eyeshadow, I'm just adding it all over my eyelid and into the inner corner of my eyes, and then I'm taking a taupe shade and I'm just blending out the crease of my eyeshadow to give the look a little bit more depth. I then added some mascara to my eyes, and after this, my favourite part, I put gold glitter all over my face. At the beginning I was just going to put it on my cheekbones, and then I went crazy. I'm then taking a mauvey coloured lipstick and I'm just adding that to my lips, and that is the finished look. Snapchat story versus Snapchatting my sister. So now onto the final filter, which is the bunny filter. Here are the supplies you guys are going to need, although I would definitely recommend using a couple more pipe cleaners so it's a little bit more strong. Firstly, I'm just tracing out the shape of the bunny ears, and I'm going to be cutting out 4 of these, and you're definitely going to want to make sure that these are a little bit bigger than either the dog or the deer ears, because bunnies have really big ears. And now I'm just tracing out 2 pink sections for the inside of the ears and cutting them out. After that, I'm going to be hot gluing the edges of both white pieces together, and then taking the pink and hot gluing it to the front of the ears. So now I'm taking the headband and some white pipe cleaners, and I'm just wrapping that around to make the skeleton of the ears, and I would definitely, like I said, recommend using a couple more to make it a little bit stronger. And after that, I'm just going to be adding the ears over the pipe cleaner, and you are done. So now onto the makeup tutorial section. I'm just creating a circle around my nose and bringing it down onto my lips. And then I'm going to be covering my entire nose except a tiny little triangle in the center of my nose, which is going to be the nose. And now I'm just using a pink lipstick to create that. I'm then taking a black eyeliner, adding some bunny dots and whiskers, and that's the finished look. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and leave me a comment letting me know which one that you liked the best. I think for me it's probably the deer, and I will see you in next week's video. Bye!